This is the place where I had the darshan of Mahavatar Babaji. That's the first thing. The same market, once he walked, 45 minutes he walked, whole market saw him. It appeared in newspaper and all. Whole market saw him. In the same market he walked, and just above the Gauri Kund, on the way to Kedarnath, I had his darshan. Above all, our parampara. You see, in sannyas there are many divisions. Among the Swamis there are many classification. For our parampara, see, for every parampara there will be one kshetra, one temple, which the whole community should go and visit. Among the Swamis there are many many groups of Swamis. Every group of Swami has got one temple as their important temple. At least once in a lifetime they should go and visit. Like how Muslims have got Mecca. For Muslims, Mecca is the place, at least once in a lifetime they should go and visit. Same way for the Puri Parampara, our Parampara, Kedarnath is a temple. So tomorrow what we are going to see is a temple for our Parampara. Shankaras, we belong to the Puri Parampara. Puri Parampara, Nirvani Akada. For Puri and Nirvani Akada, Kedarnath is a temple. So according to the rule, whomsoever is initiated by me, at least once in their lifetime they should visit the Kedarnath. That is the Amnaya Patati, means that the rules and regulations of sannyas ritual. Whomsoever is initiated by me, whomsoever has taken healing initiation. Actually, healing is the only initiation I give. The ASP, NSP and all is only energy darshan. It is not initiation. Whomsoever is initiated by me, all healers should visit this Kedarnath temple at least once in their lifetime. This is our Kshetra. This is our Kshetra Devata. And this is a beautiful place. Very safe place. Route is also big route. Safe route. No difficulty. All of you can come tomorrow. There is no problem. And the route is completely controlled by army. So continuously army people will be there to take care of us. Anybody has got any problem, they assist. And the water is available. Light is available. Just like town roads. Light is available. Water is available. Big road. Big road. No problem. You can stop and go, and easily can go. So better you catch pony or dolly. You can come there. I think 14 kilometer. 14 kilometer, na? 14 kilometer. Tomorrow morning, early morning, around 5 o'clock itself we will start. We'll go there and sit there, have the darshan of Kedarnath. After the darshan, if the time permits, we will have the puja or homa something. Then we will come back. Tomorrow night itself we will come down and stay here itself, because that is more, it will be more comfortable. If you have to stay there, you have to take the complete one set clothings, and you have to hire 2 pony for you and for the luggage. It's unnecessary expense. And then staying there will be too cold also. So better we'll come down. We'll stay here itself. This is the highest altitude which we will be going through in our trip. This will be the highest altitude. Tomorrow, where Shankara left his body, Shankara's energy is there in Kedarnath. All Panchavadavas also left their body in Kedarnath only. This is the only stone temple among these 4 kshetras. Nicely built, just like a South Indian temple. It's a good sized temple. Swayambhulinga, Jyotirlinga. Among the Jyotirlinga, this is the first Jyotirlinga. Kedarnath is the first Jyotirlinga. Rameshwar is the last Jyotirlinga. It's the first Jyotirlinga. It's one of the powerful energy center. So if you are healthy, courageous, you can walk. This will help. That's the reason I told other places don't walk, because this is an energy center. Here, many masters have lived and left their body, and now also many masters are living. Many siddhas and rishis are living. Especially Babaji is living here. There is every chance you may have his darshan, because if he feels, really he gives darshan to many people. He is not the type that it doesn't appear to all others, nothing like that. I think he is the enlightened master who who is very casual and gives darshan to lot of people. People who have left the body, among that masters, he is the person who has appeared for more number of people. Other masters, if they appeared for 100 people, 200 people, I can say he has appeared more than for 1,000,000 people. So he casually gives darshan. Very easily he gives darshan. To have his darshan is very easy. And directly you can contact him. Just a simple prayer. Immediately will come down and bless. He's a very easily approachable person. That's why he appeared for the whole market. Whole market saw him. So pray intensely to him. He may give darshan also.
Does he usually appear as a teenage boy?
Yes, around 25.
Around 25.
That's the age. One symptom, his feet will not touch the ground. From that you can find out.
Thank you.
He never walks on the ground. From that you can find out whether you are seeing him or not. Yes, only one towel he wears. Orange towel. When I saw him, he was wearing orange towel only. But there are records, he was wearing white towels also. Paramahamsa Yogananda also writes as if he was wearing orange towel only. He gives darshan to many people, very casually. Many people see him. If he feels somebody is sicker, immediately appears. He goes and appears voluntarily to them. Yes, my name is given by him in just I think few kilometers above, on the way to go to Kedarnath. I'll show the place, I'll show the spot. I was staying nearby a cave, just away from the route. If you go a little up, there's a cave. I was staying there only. That time only I had his darshan. Suddenly appeared. Of course, that time I used to be very intellectual, hard nut. I'll not believe all these things. And I have read that Babaji lives for 2500 years and all those things. But I never believe anything. So I caught hold of his hand. First thing I caught hold of his hand. To see whether he is really, I am seeing him or hallucinating. I am hallucinating. I caught hold of his hand and started poking my other hand. To see whether he is a body or just hallucination. I could feel very clearly. And he started laughing. Any other person, if they had darshan, they would have fell at his feet. Or at least did namaskar. I didn't do anything. He just laughed at me. Then I understood he is laughing because I am checking him. I was testing him. Then just he laughed and told Paramahamsa Nityananda. And then something like this he told. He just showed the hand Paramahamsa Nityananda. And I didn't even understand what he means. And then he said, and then after that, I thought he is asking me to go and see somebody called Paramahamsa Nityananda. I did not even think that he is telling me I am the Paramahamsa Nityananda or something. Because at that time I was not using the name Nityananda. I don't even have that idea that I will be named as Nityananda. I was using my old name only. At that time I neither became enlightened nor had my sannyas. It was my wandering time. So simply he said Paramahamsa Nityananda. He showed hand like this and told Paramahamsa Nityananda. Then I started thinking he is asking me to go and see somebody called Paramahamsa Nityananda. I just wanted to ask him next question. Where he is or what to do or what is he meant by the word and all those things. Then suddenly he smiled and straight away walked into my body. I got frightened. So naturally when somebody walks inside you, what will you do? You will move and give a place. You will move and give way for them. I was frightened that he may hit me or I may hit him. So I was about to move, to give way. Simply entered and that side didn't come out. I turned my face and saw he was not there. Just like that he walked in. Actually I got frightened. Once he walked in, when he was walking in I got frightened. But I thought that I should move out and give way. See, when somebody straight away walks into you, what will you do? Naturally, what will you do? You will move out and give the way. You will think that he is sitting, he may hit you, or suddenly, just he said Paramahamsa Nityananda, I was having the thought, next thought, I was not even able to spell it out. Where is he asking me to go and see that person? Where is he staying? Because I was in, that time, I was in search of an enlightened master. So I was intensely thinking that I should have an enlightened master. So that is what I was praying. And one thing to tell you honestly, I never prayed to Mahavatar Babaji also. I did not pray to him. I heard about him. I know that he is there in the Himalayas. I don't even know that he is in Gaurikund. Later on when I read Yogananda's life, he says he is in Gaurikund. He stays in this area. This Garhwal area, and he goes here and there. He moves here and there. So I know that he is in Himalayas. I was intensely meditating and praying for an enlightened master. So any Kavi I see, I will have one desire. Maybe he may be my master, or I may get enlightened by him. Something like this I used to have. So when he said that Paramahamsa Nityananda word, first thing it came to my mind is, maybe he is the Paramahamsa Nityananda is enlightened master, I should go and see him. He is guiding me to him. That's what first I thought. Then the moment I was about to ask, where can I go and see him, or where is he staying? Who is he? And before I asked itself, he started straight away walking towards me. Because he was standing in the very short distance. I was holding his hand and poking my hand, the other one hand. In left hand, first I caught hold of his hand. Then I was holding him in my left hand and poking my right hand into his body to see whether it's a real person or I am hallucinating, or I am just seeing something which is not there. Then he straight away walked in. When he walked in, I got frightened and moved out. He just walked into the body and disappeared. When I tried to inquire, people who were there, I think one or two people were there a little distance. I tried to ask them, did you see? None of them were able to give me the answer. None of them said that they saw. Oh, what was his age? Around 25 to 30. That is the only thing we can gauge. In a pictorial biography, his photo is there now. Same way he looks, but little chubby. In that photograph, they put him too lean, little chubby he looks. That's all. Open hair, shaved face, little chubby he looks. Huh? That I don't know. Why does he? That I don't know, only you have to ask him. Why does he stay here? I don't know. Maybe this is whether only he likes or not, I don't know. I don't know why he stays here. But usually people see him only in this area. This part of the Himalayas only. Other places also he gives darshan, but most records say he gives darshan in this area only. Still I am not able to be, I don't know whether he stays physically in one place and then comes out and gives darshan, or wherever he wants he increases the frequency and becomes energy and reduces the frequency and comes to the body, or all those details I don't know. But usually people see him in this area only more. And later on when I took sannyas, one sadhu, usually only disciples go and ask for sannyas. This sadhu was forcing me to have sannyas. I said that he is very elderly person, 96, 98 years, in Calcutta. He was asking me, why don't you have sannyas, Swamiji? Because I was staying in his place, next to his place, 6 months. Every day morning I'll get up and take bath in Ganga, early morning around 4 o'clock, and sit there silently meditating till evening 7 o'clock. I will not even move from that place. Just in one place I will sit in a very relaxed way till the whole day. When he saw this day in and day out, me sitting like that, he was shocked. Then he said, I never saw any sadhu sitting just like this, doing so much of meditation. I will be very happy to give sannyas to you. I told him, no, I don't feel like taking sannyas and all. I am interested only in enlightenment. Then he said, no, it will be nice, I will be very happy. Anyhow, I am going to die, this will be the last thing, I will feel very blessed. I said, then all right, let's have sannyas. I thought the divine is arranging something. Then he is not enlightened person, but a very highly spiritual sannyasi. Means a very tapasvi, great tapasvi. Not enlightened person, but a great tapasvi. 96 years, lived sannyas life and spiritual life. And he gave the name, suddenly he said, Paramahamsa Nityananda. Usually only, according to sannyas rule, you have to give sannyas first, and then after the sannyas only Paramahamsa title can be given. After sannyas, at least 3 days gap should be there. Between the Brahmacharya Diksha and Sannyas Diksha, 3 days gap. And between Sannyas Diksha and Paramahamsa initiation, 3 days gap should be there. So first, if at all I am supposed to be formally, if they have to ordain means, they have to give me the name Swami Nityananda, then Paramahamsa Nityananda. That is the way it can be given. That is the way procedure has to be done. First they have to give me the stick, danda and all the procedures, and give me the name Swami Nityananda, then after 3 days only they can ask me to drop the danda and give the Paramahamsa name. But suddenly he just said Paramahamsa Nityananda, the sannyas time. He gave the name. After that I asked him, what is this Swamiji, you gave directly the Paramahamsa title, how can it be given? He said, I also don't know, simply I felt and I gave this name. Simply it came out of me, I also do not know. Then I understood, suddenly I had the shock when I heard the name. Oh, the same name Babaji told me. That's the reason I feel it is Babaji who gave sannyas. It is Babaji who gave sannyas. So it is he, our Guru Parampara. Our Guru Parampara traces to Mahavatar Babaji, in a way.
Is there a boon which was given to him to be that young? Is there a story behind his life?
Oh, I don't know. It's not a boon. Enlightened masters can stay forever.
Very young. Okay.
Like that, no problem. So actually, it's not a physical body also. He reduces his frequency when he wants to appear and give darshan. Then he increases his frequency and disappears. Over. Like that only. When the frequency is in our level, we can see him. He can give darshan. When he increases the frequency, he disappears. He disappears into... Maybe he's here also, who knows? He may be sitting and watching what these guys are doing. Unless you are sincere, even if you see him, what will you do? Thousands of instruction I give, that itself you don't follow. Even if you see him and he gives some instruction what to do. Unless you need to be, unless you are sincere, even if you see him, what can be done? One more, that's all. You understand? No, true only, na? See, even if you see him, what will you do? One more thing, that's all. Unless you follow his instruction, you are sincere enough to follow his instruction, what's the use?